opponent on the stage here tonight often asks his supporters, when it comes to the economy, do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?
Donald Trump left us the worst unemployment since the Great Depression, the worst public health epidemic in a century, the worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War. And what we have done is clean up Donald Trump's mess. What you're going to hear tonight is a detailed and dangerous plan called Project 2025 that the former president intends on implementing if he were elected again.
I haven't read it. I don't want to read it purposely. I'm not going to read it. They even have, and you can look at the governor of West Virginia, the previous governor, he said the baby will be born and we will decide what to do with the baby. In other words, we'll
execute the baby.
There is no state in this country where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born.
The government and Donald Trump certainly should not be telling a woman what to do with her body. You want to talk about this is what people wanted? Pregnant women suffering from a miscarriage being denied care in an emergency room because the healthcare providers are afraid they might go to jail, and she's bleeding out in a car in the parking lot. A 12 or 13-year-old survivor of incest being forced to carry a pregnancy to term.
In Springfield, they're eating the pets of the people that live there.
Springfield city manager says there's no evidence of that.
They allowed criminals, terrorists, common street criminals, drug dealers to come into our country, and they're now in the United States and told by their countries like Venezuela, don't ever come back or we're going to kill you. Crime is down all over the world except here. It's happening at levels that nobody thought possible.
President Trump, as you know, the FBI says overall violent crime is actually coming down in this country. But Vice
Excuse
President
me,
Harris,
the FBI defrauding statements. They didn't include the worst cities.
Well, I think this is so rich. Coming from someone who has been prosecuted for national security crimes, economic crimes, election interference, has been found liable for sexual assault.
They're fake cases.
This is someone who has openly said he would terminate the Constitution of the United States, that he would weaponize the Department of Justice against his political enemies.
I probably took a bullet to the head because of the things that they say about me.
Mr. President, on January 6th, you told your supporters to march to the Capitol. The country and the world saw what played out at the Capitol that day. Is there anything you regret about what you did on that day?
Ashley Babbitt was shot by an out-of-control police officer. I had nothing to do with that other than they asked me to make a speech. It would have never happened if Nancy Pelosi and the mayor of Washington did their jobs.
Donald Trump, the candidate, has said in this election there will be a bloodbath if this and the outcome of this election is not to his liking.
Why do you believe it's appropriate to weigh in on the racial identity of your opponent?
All I can say is I read where she was not black, and then I read that she was black. Either one was okay with me. That's up to her.
He was investigated because he refused to rent property to black families. This is the same individual who took out a full-page ad in the New York Times calling for the execution of 5 young Black and Latino boys who were innocent. This is the same individual who spread birther lies about the first black president of the United States.
She is Biden. You know, she's trying to get away from Biden. I don't know the gentleman, she says. She is Biden.